Hey there, team. This is Ripper here. Hope you guys are doing great with a great video with the Holland. And the build is on the screen, more of a torpedo build boat, as well as the commander skills. I also have, I don't think I'm showing it right here, but I did have a 21-point commander, and it is also a, did more of the AFT, really just getting fast-firing guns as best I can. Hey guys, if you guys like to support us and share the channel and try to get us to 100 subscribers, like and subscribe, hit the bell to help us out, and really appreciate all those that are supporting us right now. Hey, we're making our way to the first 100. So guys, let's talk about the Holland. This is, again, one of my favorite DDs, and including the small end of the European DD line. I think is one of the best lines. It is really the all-around destroyer. It does everything you need it to do. It has decent speed. It has heals, which is very good for survivability. It has a good health pool, and it has great engine boost. But the best thing of all, it has fast-firing guns like the small one does. Not as fast, of course, but it's still two guns that shoot at just under 2 seconds. With the build that I have, and you haven't even had AR kick in yet. And as well, I think the biggest one is the torpedoes of the Holland, where I built it out to fire at about 92 knots, and the range on them is incredible. 15-kilometer range torpedoes going 92 knots is like laser beams, okay? And the other thing that I really like about, especially in the era of today, and the meta of CVs, I think a lot of people dislike them just by listening, reading, watching other YouTube videos. It seems like there is something against CVs. So if you don't like CVs, this is probably the best DD line that you can get, because it's got one of the best, if not the best, AA skill in the game. The Holland, I think by itself, and you'll see later here, can hold its own against an FDR. One of my favorite CVs is the Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and they are flying tanks, if you will. Flying A-10's my favorite. A-10, by the way. A-10 was one of my favorite planes to fly. I always wanted to fly it. I'm a pilot, but honestly, I didn't get to fly those. I flew C-17s. But honestly, yeah, these things are like flying tanks. And here we go. Haragumo, a great gunboat out there. But look, Holland can really hold its own, especially with a little bit of support against a Haragumo. So you notice to just wait there to damage con, just waiting to see if I can get out of range, kite away, just get outside the threat, wait till he pops smoke, and he does. Most DDs do. Once he pops smokes, I damage and I go silent. But luckily, I have a Alexander Nevsky with me who's going to radar, and since he's in smoke, he can't see me. Nobody's spot for him. I'm out of range of the other DDs, and I'm just going to do free damage right here. I'm just see if I can get a couple pot shots off. And the idea of the game is to send as many shells downrange as possible. Just put as much inflicting fire to cause damage to modules, to start fires, and you may get a lucky shot that will just start a fire that will burn them to death for the rest of the match. Here we knock out one of his guns. And again, it's just the ability for you to keep firing and just cause damage. And we got a CV flying over him as well. So he's preoccupied. So I launched preemptive torque right there. Hopefully nail a lucky one. And look how fast those things leave the ship right there. The amazing torpedoes. Now they don't pack a heavy punch. I always call them like little paper cuts. But you put 10 of those out there and all 10 hit. I mean, you're talking about some serious damage. I mean, don't forget, they are still torpedoes that cause damage over long distances here, and they're traveling at 92 knots across the map. And also the coolest thing about the Holland, if you build it right, you can get the reload down to about, I think it's about 78 or 88 seconds. So we're talking about a minute and a half almost. And look, they're already on cooldown. It's 30 more seconds to go, and I got another set, another rack ready to go. I got a heal ready to go as well. You notice how much I can heal in the Holland, so it also proved to be a very survivable destroyer. Something I really, really enjoy about it, because it allows you to last the battle, if you will, and be a threat to your team. And again, I'm going to talk about the AA defense in a minute, and you'll see a clear example of how great it is. It is a mobile iron dome, okay? You literally have the area. So we got torpedoes that the Haragumo also sent out, so we got to be careful about that. But we got the Des Moines here. I stay outside of his radar range, so I'm always constantly looking at his number, but just under his name. I'm looking at 10. I want to stay 10 or 10 and above, just to stay out of his radar range, so I don't become a juicy target for him. I launched torpedoes at him again. Look how fast those torpedoes again. And already we're on a reload again. Already got a minute left before the next rack shoots again. So another great idea of torpedoes. This is machine guns of torpedoes firing constantly. So we're going to keep staying out of his radar range, keep pushing away. Alexander Nevsky did a really great job on this. I mean, he was shooting at all guns. I think he's the one that gets the kill for this, but right there, ooh, that was close. So yeah, Des Moines, there you go. See, he pops the radar. So I know I'm lit right now. So again, let's just get away from the Des Moines as fast as we can. My AA is turned on, so he's going to see me regardless, but I'd rather, you know, the AA can go away, but the radar can't. So you got to get out of the range as best you can. We go undetected again, and we're going to keep this flank basically at bay. We're going to keep them constantly guessing where torpedoes are coming from. Look, the Des Moines is just under fire. Torpedoes coming all directions, and he's now showing broadside. Another great thing about torpedoes, they cause you to go broadside, and here you go. Boom. Whammy kablammy. Alexander Nevsky takes out the Des Moines. He pointy shooty, Rudy tooty, and whammy kablammy. He's off the map. I love saying that. It's so fun. So now that the Nevsky is gone, I'm sorry, the Des Moines is gone, we have open free reign of the water down to the south again, and I love doing this. I love pushing flanks. I think in strategy, the best thing is what to do, flank your enemy. So we are going to take this advantage, and we're going to push down south and let our team, who has pretty good positioning right now to keep the other team at bay, to take the center of the map, and we're going to use this to our advantage, and we're going to slowly work our way down the ships and flank them. First one that comes to mind is the Yamato. You know, Yamato, very slow, bulky stuff. We'll have no problems hitting him with torpedoes, especially if you can cause floodings. The Yamato just will not be able to survive that kind of punishment for long, especially against the DD. And we can outspot everybody over here essentially, and we can hold our own. You know, our AA defense is supreme. It's superb, and you are going to see that in a minute when we take on the FDR by ourselves, and we're not afraid to do it. The Haraguma earlier, just struggling to survive, and I believe the CV will take care of him. But you see, notice though, the Haraguma doesn't have any heals, so we know that, and there he goes. He gets taken down by Shimakaze, actually. Forgive me, but yeah. But you notice they only took a couple shots from a Shimakaze to take out a gunboat, a DD boat taking out a gunboat, because we were pushing all that fire on him. I know a Haraguma does not have any heals, so he can't get back that damage he's lost. So he's basically running in fear the whole time. So now, next target, Yamato. We basically look at the reticle, fire one set of torps there, and I know he may turn out a little bit, so we'll fire one on the insides and let those things rip. And Ripper here will basically rip some DDs and try to get the Yamato best we can. So again, you notice how pushing the flank, we start getting an advantage here, because the team has to worry about not only the objective in the middle, but they also have to worry about their flanks on the left and right, and they can basically become circled or surrounded and constantly being spotted. So they could have barrages of fire in all directions. Now those torpedoes are reaching the target super fast. Look at that. And we're going to get maybe one, maybe two. Okay, we got a flooding going. So we got a flooding. He's on fire. I mean, this is a bad day for the Yamato. Again, we're going to continuously push. A minute ago, you saw me check my detection range. It was 6. Just to make sure, so that we stay out of the detection radius of all these bad boys over here. And lo and behold, who do we spot in the southwest? The FDR. You notice I'm doing a beeline straight for him, because that is my next objective, to take out the guy that's really bothering the rest of our ships. If you can take out an FDR, you basically have put the advantage in your team and put the ball in your court, because now you have free reign on the skies. What they talk about in the Gulf War, air superiority wins the game, and that's what we did. You take out the air superiority, and you now have the ability to wreak havoc on everybody else. So I'm going to begin my run on the FDR. We're going to save everything, turn everything off, and just go undetected, sneak up on them the best we can. And once I get close, I'm going to turn the AA on, and you just watch how we just shred planes from the sky. You're talking about FDR tank killers. Okay, AA is on right now. Tank killers, okay? So notice I have 0 plane shot down right now. And now we are within range, and our torpedoes are on cooldown. But you know what? We're going to start taking some shots with our front gun. Again, these guns are amazing. They fire about 1.9 seconds. Not bad. They do what they got to do for what they're designed to do, just to fend off DDs. But they can also take out carriers, if you watch right here. Starting fires, look at that. Pretty awesome. Okay, AA's on. FDR is doing a run on us right here. And I immediately turn the A on, turn the defensive fire on. You saw just 9 planes shot down with his spotter planes going down. And we're going to aim right toward the torpedoes the best we can. We may take one, not a big deal. We have a heal. That was our last one. I just elected to use it, might as well. And we're going to start firing on the FDR. Now, you notice our defensive A is still active, shooting down 4 planes right there. Constantly keeping an eye on the mini map, figuring out where are his planes coming from, left side or right side of the boat. There we go. Here are the torpedoes firing. Most CV players don't, and if they're controlling planes, aren't going to control their CV manually. They're on autopilot or something, and they're going to drive in straight lines. So look at this shot right here. This is an awesome shot. Slow driving, man, shooting planes. That was beautiful right there, man. I should be making movies on this. Okay, right here, you notice I basically slow down, turn into the torpedoes to wipe them out. They have an arming delay. So if you can wipe out the torpedoes before they get to you, remember, there's about a 4 to 5 second arming delay on these things. So you got time to just turn into the torpedoes and just cause them to just hit against your bulkhead. And it just basically takes them out of the game, and you're golden. First torpedoes start hitting on the FDR. And look at that. Ooh. Oof, oof, oof. Hey, they don't pack a punch, but you get 7 hits. They're taking some serious damage there and cause the flooding. Yep, thing's gonna flood, and we're just gonna couple of shells. Whammy kablammy, FDR is out of the gamey. And the rocket planes try to do some hand, and they do nothing. Rocket planes are so difficult in the FDR to shoot destroyers with, especially if they're moving and juking and slowing down. It's really difficult. And look at that, just shooting down more and more planes. We're up to 23 planes right now. Again, look at how the Halland can hold its own. I'm not even using the priority sector here, which means the O key, that priority sector is the direction you're looking in. I didn't even use it. Look, 2,900 damage on one of them. The flax on these things are amazing. Defensive fire is not activated. And look at this. Oh, 3,800, 800. Just constant, continuous damage. And the rockets, yeah, they do a couple things here and there, not too bad. We absorbed some of those hits, and now we're going to start heading towards the middle of the map again. These are his last planes. I know I can handle it, especially the defensive fire on. Look, just constant 400 damage from these planes. Yeah, they can be tanks, but man, they can only take so much damage over long periods of time. And we're going to priority sector this. Priority sector's on cooldown, but you know what? The A on this thing is so strong. And the flak bursts on this thing are incredible. And look at the Halland right here. One last time, last run to see if he gets it. Starts diving down. 1 plane shot down. Priority sector activated. Boom. Flak cloud takes out the rest. And the Halland wins the day. 32 planes shot down. Pretty incredible right there. Now, we'll start heading towards the middle of the map, and you can just see the capabilities of the Halland. I mean, it is a DD gunboat. It can be a gunboat if you want it to be. You can build it for guns. I built this one for torpedoes because the small one is my really DD gunboat. So I figured if I have another European DD, I'll make it just purely for torpedoes and enjoy that. It can hold its own with the A. It's an iron dome. It can literally protect itself, protect the area, especially if you have another ship with you. You can actually capitalize on using their AA as well, and it just makes it triple the effectiveness of the ability to shoot down that many planes. Now, I've seen it firsthand. It's incredible. Just the ability to just cooperate with other ships. You just see the planes just fall out of the sky. So, driving towards the middle here, I'm looking at the mini-map, 3 ships left. I mean, they're still in this game. They potentially could swing the game unless we do something about it. So they have a Venezia here and a Shimakaze. So, the only thing I'm thinking of, something in my mind said that this gap looks very threatening, what I'm looking at right there. If you can see that, I have a line aimed right at it. I say, you know what, I should probably, I think the Venezia is heading this way. So I look at the Venezia, yep, he's driving in that direction. So I take preemptive torps. I'm going to launch a salvo into that gap right there, hoping that he drives through. Now, that's a wall of 10 torpedoes coming right at you at 92 knots. The detection range is about 1.4, I believe, on the Halland torpedoes, but going that speed, I think the reaction time is very, very little, slim. That Shimakaze popped up, and I didn't think he was going to be a threat, because I figured he's going to go around the island and hide from the Nevsky. So we're like, okay. The Nevsky starts opening up, and dude, he did a great job. He was literally taking out cruisers left and right. Awesome kill right there. Just eliminated a major threat, the Venezia, with that sap shell, and that was awesome. So the Nevsky did a great job. Kudos to him or her, really supporting the flanks and taking out the cruisers. And look at this. Kaboom! Whammy kablammy, Shimakaze out of the gamey with those just free shot torpedoes, and that was a pretty wild shot right there. to help solidify this victory. So again, Holland is a major threat, and you can see the torpedoes are reloaded and ready to go again right about now. And again, guns are great. Heals kept us in the game. Look, we have 9,000 health after taking all that damage. Potential damage, we had about 386,000 potential damage there. 104,000 damage on airplanes. I mean, that is insane. If they could only calculate that and factor that into the XP, we would have over 218,000 damage for all the aircraft and ships and everything we did. We did some significant damage to the carrier as well as the fleet, and it's pretty fun and incredible what this ship is able to do. I totally recommend anybody who has not gotten the Holland to totally get it. Use it. It's a great ship, a great asset, a great all-around ED, good concealment, good guns, good AA, good torpedoes, great for spotting, great for taking control of the battlefield. And as you can see, most of my games are in this situation where I don't get like 5 or 6 kills, but I'm literally there to support, to spot, to cap, and also become a constant threat on the battlefield, as well as provide defensive AA for any of our friendly forces. So, hey, this is a great games, guys. Like and subscribe to the channel if you'd love to support us. Comment below if you got any questions or thoughts about it. What are your thoughts about it? And I hope you guys are doing great. Until next time, we'll see you soon. Cheers.